Seven?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Okay. So in last session we have covered the what are the legal names, how to source legal name for different entities. First priorities are UK Companies House, which is a UK registry. Then we had seen the previous name, how to source previous name, old names of an entity if it is available. And sources for this to source previous name, there are multiple sources like registries, regulation, exchanges, then client website. Then we have seen the DB as well, like how to source the trade names and doing business as names, then alias. Today we will see what is a physical address and how to source the physical address from different sources. Does anyone have the idea what is physical address? Divya asks.
Permanent location, maybe.
No. So in KYC, we need to source two addresses. One is a registered address. So a registered address where company is registered. And second one is the physical address, or you can say the domicile address. It is the actual address of the entity where it is doing business. So it can be registered on some other address. They might have headquarter in some other address, but the physical address refers to the address on which the company is doing business, the actual place of business. And it can change, company can change the physical address whenever they need, or due to some regulatory requirement, or for XYZ reason. And this physical address is required to source for the from the perspective of investment bank due to regulatory requirement and to assess the risk rating. So if any company is, let's say, registered in United Kingdom, but they are also doing business in some sanctioned countries or high risk countries like Russia or Afghanistan, and to capture those risk rating of those countries, they source the physical address. So in KYC tool, you will have one section, this one, the principal place of business domicile address. Once you update all this section and the country, the tool auto calculates the risk rating of the client. So principal place of business is also one of the factors to decide the final risk rating of the client. You can see the client country is, everything is blank here. But as soon as you update, let's say you update Afghanistan. So if you're working with any investment bank, and but as soon as you update any high risk countries, sanctioned countries, the tool auto calculates the risk rating of the client. It will auto go to high risk rating if the countries falls under high risk rating. If country is in sanction, then the final risk rating of the client is also will be sanctioned, and we need to send the case to FCC, and then there are different procedures. So just remember one thing, the domicile or physical address is nothing but the principal place of business, or you can say business address of an entity, or you can say a trading address. And you can source this address from anywhere. If you get this business address from website, you can take that. If you get this address from any third party website, you can source from those sources. Let's check the exact sources. So we have this principal place of business. For private company, you can source it from V1, V2, V3, V4, and V5 sources, which means you can source this principal place of business from any of the sources, whichever is available on Google publicly. You can source the principal place of business from those websites. You can see what comes under V1, V2, V3, V4, V5. Okay, so let's assume you are doing a KYC on this entity, the Barclays Asset Management Limited, and you already know it is incorporated in United Kingdom, because at that whenever you are working with any company, they will provide you the name, the company name, along with the country of incorporation. So you don't need to find out what is the country of incorporation. You will always have this whenever you are doing KYC for any entity. You will have the legal name plus the country of incorporation, and from there you will start your research. Now let's find out the principal place of business for this entity. First, let's check the exact sources. So for private limited company, we have these sources V1, V2, V3, V4, V5. Now let's search one by one in these sources. So under V1, we have the company registry, which is a trade registry for United Kingdom. Let's open our Excel file. In country name, just filter out with United Kingdom. Then we have this trade registry. Just copy this URL. This is a search page for UK Companies House, which is a trade registry for United Kingdom. Copy the name and search. Remove the legal form. So limited, LTD, PLC, INC is the are the the legal forms of different entities. So whenever you are doing research on any entity, and if you are searching on any source, then you need to remove this limited. Remove this and then search. Okay, this is our entity, Barclays Asset Management Limited. Just click on this. Now we have already seen on UK Companies House, we get only the legal name of an entity, then company number, then register address, company status, then legal form, then incorporation date, and then the SIC code for nature of business, and then the previous names. But we don't find the trading name here or the business name here. So I'm just showing you like how you search with different attributes. But if you have done KYC on UK Companies House multiple times, so you maybe remember this, that you will not get the physical address or trading address on Companies House. So you don't need to come on Companies House and search again. By this, you will save your time. Now the second one is the certificate of incorporation. So we don't get the physical address in certificate of incorporation as well. Like last time we have already seen how certificate of incorporation looks like. Just give me a moment. Okay. So last time we have already seen how certificate of incorporation looks like. Let me show you again. So you will remember this. So if you are doing the KYC on UK-based entity, and once you search your entity on Companies House, just go to filing history. In filing history, you will get the document with the naming convention as incorporation. Just go to the last page. Why last page? Because whenever a company is registered with any registry, it is mandatory for them to file the certificate of incorporation first. That's the reason the last document will always be the certificate of incorporation, or you can say the first document. So just go to the last page and then see this certificate of incorporation. Once you open this, you will get this certificate of incorporation. This is the name of this entity, Barclays Wealth Funds Limited. But the name is different here because they have changed their name once. The old name is this one, the Barclays Wealth Funds Limited. So this company is registered or incorporated on 14th August 2009. And in the 14th August 2009 only, they have changed their name on the same day. No, sorry. So they registered for on 14th August 2009. So this is the old name. And then they have changed their new name on 2013, 4th March. And after 4th March 2013, this is their new name, this one, the Barclays Asset Management Limited. That is the reason on certificate of incorporation, you are seeing the old name. Now in last session, we have already seen that whenever for KYC purpose, you need the documents within 1 year validity only. If any document which is older than one year, then you cannot consider those documents. So this document is filed in 2009. So you cannot consider this document for any information because it is already outdated. And there might be a lot of changes in this certificate of incorporation. Like we have the old name here. That's the reason you need the most updated requirements or information. So you will not take this one as well. Since this is a private company, you will not find trust deed, you will not find LP, LLP agreement. Now we have MOA, AOA. Again, you will get this in company's house only, but you will not find the principal place of business in that document as well. Just click on this incorporation. And then we have this article of association. It is amended version, but if you'll just see the incorporation document, you will have that MOA, AOA attached to the certificate of incorporation. Yes, so this is a MOA, and you will have the AOA as well. But again, this document is filed in 2009, then they have filed some amended version. But again, it is more than 1 year old. So you don't need to check this document because it is already outdated and you will not be able to capture anything from these documents. Then any other constitutional document, under this, we have already checked the MOA, AOA, and certificate of incorporation. Then private company will not have the prospectus. It is filed by the funds only, as we have already seen in second session. Like what are the main documents for different entity type? Again, it is for fund and it is for government entity. Now let's go to the second sources. Then we have regulators website and website exchange. Now first let's search on the regulators website. Since we are doing KYC on UK based entities, so we will only search the regulators who are based in UK or who are the regulators for United Kingdom. Let's go back to our Excel. We have filtered out with country, and then let's filter out with regulation. So we have these regulations. It is fine. But first one is only for banks, second one is for the lawyers, and third is for all. And then for accountant and for chartered accountant. So the third one is the main regulation for United Kingdom. So you can always use this one only. Just copy the URL and paste. We have this search page, enter a name or reference number. Just copy the name of our entity and paste here. Remove the legal form which is limited. Click on firm. Since this is the company firm and not an individual, so we will click on the firms and search. So we have this entity, the Barclays Asset Management Limited, and we are doing KYC on this entity. Just click on this. We will see the lot of details for this company. This is the address, firm's reference number, which is actually a regulator ID. Then registered company number. So it will match with company's house. This is the company number only. It is 560. You will see same number here, 560 company number. Then we have phone number, then status, it is regulated. If it has any trading names, so you can get those trading names here. It doesn't have any trading names. In previous name, you will see the previous name as well. It will be mentioned in company's house as well. Yeah, this is the same. Okay. So we were at the physical address. So we got this address, and if you click here, you will see that this is the address listed is usually the principal place of business. So you can consider this as the business address or principal place of business. Once you got this address, you need to update in the KYC tool. Like just copy this, paste here. London is a city, so update this in the city. Then it is a zip code. Paste here. That's all. Then select the country as United Kingdom, and then copy the URL and paste here. So whenever you are updating any information, let it be anything. If you are updating in the KYC tool, you need to update the URL as well to evidence the information that you have collected this information from this source. Is it clear? Divya, any doubt in this? In sourcing the principal place of business?
No, sir.
Okay, perfect. Now we have seen the regulator website. Now let's assume in the same case, you are not able to find the principal place of business on regulator website. Then you need to search on all of these sources. Or go to the exchange. If it is not available, then all these sources. I'll just show you how to source the principal place of business from company website, Bloomberg or LEI. Let's assume you are not able to find this address on regulations as well. In those scenarios, just copy the address, go here, remove the legal form, double inverted comma, and then search. This is the URL for company's house. It is the URL for Bloomberg. Bloomberg doesn't provide the address. You will just have the nature of business here. It is a Barclays website. So in the SOP, it is mentioned as other third-party website. In other third-party website, there are multiple websites except for the company website or LEI AWOX. Any website which is not listed as a company website or Bloomberg or LEI, we can call those websites a third party website. Or in easy words, you can say any website is a third party website except for all these sources: the company registry, regulator, exchange, or the company website, Bloomberg, LEI. If if any website doesn't is not coming under these sources, then you can consider those website as a third party website. For this example, the Nord LEI, it doesn't come under any of those sources. So you can consider this as a third party website. And here only we have this company number, company name, then the legal address, which is actually a registered address, and the headquarter address. You can consider this as a physical address as well. So in some of the investment bank, they consider headquarter address as a business address. If you are not able to find the actual business address from any of these sources, and if you find this headquarter address, so you can consider this as a business address. Let me show you one more example. Let's open this one. So this is the name of our entity, but address is mentioned here, and the website as well. But it is a Barclays.com. If you click this is the website of the parent entity, not of the R entity. If you just click on here, and if you go to the privacy policy, you will not find the name of our entity. So to consider if any website is belong to us, you will have the exact name of our entity in the privacy policy. So let's search here. So our entity's name is not mentioned here, which means this website doesn't belong to Barclays Asset Management Limited, but it belongs to the parent entity, which is a Barclays PLC. There's a reason they have just mentioned the Barclays, and they have removed the legal form, which is a PLC. Another source to consider the business address, physical address, is this LEI. We have the LEI link. Just remove the filter. LEI is not for any specific country or any specific jurisdiction. Just select the under country, select as a global, because it is for all countries. We have this URL LEI. Just copy this, enter the URL, search. This is the search page of LEI. Copy the name of our entity. This is our entity. Click on this. In the LEI, you will have the different information, and okay, we will come to those points later on. As of now, we are just looking for the business address. So if you go to the LEI, you will have this legal address, which is a register address, and then the headquarter address. You can consider this as a physical address. If you are not able to find the address on any source, like for this specific entity, if you are not able to find the address on the regulation or any website, then you can consider this address as a business address from LEI. Is that clear? Okay, let's move on to the next. So we have seen the what is physical address, business address. Next is the register address. The register address is very simple. The address on which the company is registered on government websites. This is a very simple definition for register address. And you can always find this registered address in company in the registry only, because registry is the government source where all the companies needs to register themselves on the registries. That's the reason on registry you will always find the registered address. So for UK companies house, this is the UK companies house, which is a UK registry. This is the name of our entity. On the registry itself, you will have this registered office address. So you don't need to go for registered address anywhere else. You will always have this in the company's house only. And if you are doing KYC for any other entity, you will have that in registry. So this is the registered address. You will again same update in the KYC tool, like how we have updated this principal place of business. We have this section register address. Just update register address and update the URL. I'll show you the example for some other country now. Let's assume you are doing KYC for United States. In the United States, we have this trade registry, this one. Okay. So like for United Kingdom, for UK, we have only one registry, which is Companies House, UK Companies House. But for United States, we have the multiple registries per state. So there are different states in United States, and for that, we have the different registries, specific registries to that state. So this is the names of state. Let's say you are doing KYC for a Delaware-based entity. So just click on this entity search. Okay, so it is down actually. They have mentioned on the registry itself that they will not be available on this timing, 1st March. That's the reason it is down. But we will see the another registry. Let's say you are doing KYC for New York. Okay, let's say you are doing KYC for a New York-based entity. This is the New York state, and we have this URL for New York. Just click on this. Okay, we have this search page for the New York, and we have this search by name, search by entity name. Let's click on the entity name, then enter the name. Let's assume we are doing KYC for, let's assume Barclays, the JP Morgan Securities. Just enter the name and then search database. Let's click everything and then search database. Okay, so we have got multiple hits. The JP Morgan Securities Holding Inc, JP Morgan Security Inc. Let's say we are doing KYC for JP Morgan Holding Inc. Click on this entity, and you will have the information for the JP Morgan Securities Holding Inc. We have this name, then we have this company number, then we have the registered address where it is. Yep, this one. This is the registered address. So for all the US entity, irrespective of any state, you will always have the heading as the address for the agent. In each registry, you will have the heading for registered address as a service for service of process or agent's address. You can directly consider that as a registered address. So that's the reason for registered address, you will always find this registered address in the registry only. So in the registry, if you find any address, you can consider that as a registered address. In the New York registry, you will have the principal office address as well. It's a business address. You can consider this business address. In this Excel contains the registries, regulation, exchanges links for all the countries. So if you are doing KYC for any country, you can directly filter out the country name. Let's say you're doing KYC for any Australia entity, you can just filter out with Australia. And this is a link for trade registry. You can just copy this URL and update in the KYC tool in the browser, and you can enter the name of the entity, and then you can start with your KYC. Is it clear? Divya. But as of now, we are just focusing on the United Kingdom only. Okay. Divya asks, any doubt in this?
No, sorting.
Okay, okay. Just give me a moment. Okay. So we have seen the register address. So if you're doing KYC for any entity if it is based in UK, you will go to the company's house. If it is based in some other country, then you will go to that respective country to show the register address. Okay, now our next source is the company registration number. So company registered number is the unique number, or you can say a business identification numbers, which is assigned by the government to the entities at the time of registration. So if any company is registering with any registry, at the time of registration, the government will assign them the unique number, which is a company registration number. And you will always find this number again in the registry itself. But in different registries, you will have the different heading for the same. Like for UK company's house, we have this company number. But if you are doing KYC for any New York based entity, then you will have this DOS ID. Apart from this, you will not find any other number here. And in the Delaware state, which is not working today, you will have that as a file number. Let me show you one more for UK, for US only. Let's say you are doing KYC for Florida based entity. So just click on this entity search. Search the entity's name. I'll search the again JP Morgan. Okay, let's say you are doing KYC for this JP LLC. Click on this. This is the Florida registry. This is the document number. This is the FEI EIN number. So you can consider this as a company number. Then it is a state Florida, company status active. This is a principal place of business. mailing address. This is the registered agent name. So we have already seen in the New York registry that for all the US based entities, instead of registered address, you will have this agent address, this agent's address. So in the Florida as well, you will consider this as a registered address, the registered agent name and address. You will consider this address as a registered address. Is that clear? So rule is very simple. The company number, you will always have the company number for all the companies which are registered. So for UK based entity, you will go to that company's house. For all other countries, you will go to that respective registries for those countries. And then look for the company number. But in different registries, we'll have the different headings. And once you saw this, the company number, you just need to copy this and update in the tool. We have this company number. Just enter it, and then you will update the sorry, the URL. So why there is only one URL for all this information? Because all this information under legal existence you will find in the one source only, like legal name, legal structure, entity status, date of incorporation, number, country of incorporation, entity type, everything in the first source only. So you'll have all those information in registry only, like name, number, address, company status. This is a legal form, date of incorporation. That's the reason you only have one field to update the URL. Okay.